Hey, what is up guys, Hailtothebreak here and welcome to a brand new Minecraft project, and today we're doing complete 180 and we passed from model making to redstone making. This is another project. It took me about 7 hours into this one. It's a 15 input binary lock, also known as a big giant thing of redstone just to open a tiny little door. Yeah. Basically 15 because there's 15 input, there are 15 buttons, binary because all these buttons can be on and off, and it's a lock because it's open. It's a little thing that opens its door. Yeah. So basically, how it works, it has a grid of 3x5 redstone torches, which indicates a pattern, due to the term pattern lock, and this pattern must be correct to the code to be able to open a door. I put a torch there so I could actually know the code by heart because I don't really, it's a video, so I don't want to like stumble upon and just forget about the code. So basically, you try to open the door, it doesn't work. Yeah, this is pretty much the principle of locks. So far so good. Now what you need to do is to input the exact pattern that the code yet you put yourself, because you can put pretty much any code you want. You can draw an arrow or something, or pretty much anything you want, as long as it is a 3x5 design. So now if I put everything right, this should be off, 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 this should be off, on, those two off, this is entirely off, those two on. Now if we press the button again, voila, the door opens. So, just to prove that I'm not cheating, I'm gonna press random buttons here and there, also unpress some buttons. When you unpress a button, it turns back to on, by the way. And I'm gonna press the door again. Nothing happens. If you press the door again, the button same. Oh, by the way, if you press the same button again, it turns on, and you press it again, it turns off. A little thing I forgot to mention here. So, this button, what it does, it resets everything back to normal. So once you cross the door, you can use this button to reset everything back to normal. This button is also on the other side of the door if you need to reset behind you, and also this button is a bypass, which allows you to open the door even when the code is not inserted. Want a proof of that? Here you go. So, oh, by the way, one thing like that, this thing has a very, very bad tendency of having redstone crash. As you can see, the circuitry is resetted, right? And yet, those two torches are still off. Why? Because this is a very, 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 very unstable project. What I mean by unstable is just that it has a very, very bad tendency of crashing for no good reason. And it is sad, really, because as much as I wish the thing would work perfectly, it just plain doesn't. I used it many, many times before, and for some reason it just tends to crash. Like, see, I press a button now and just reset and brings back for no reason. It's weird sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the sad thing about playing with redstone. It works when it wants to. But basically, just to prove that the entire thing works again, I'll just go ahead and redo the entire code. And after that, guys, if you're interested, I'll show you pretty much how it works. Because another thing about it's fun about redstone is actually explaining how redstone works. And I'm gonna put the code again. And now our door should open. Here you go. Now press the reset button. Now try to open the door again. It doesn't do shit. And will it reset properly? This one doesn't reset properly. I'm probably gonna have to check my redstone line. Probably did a little mishap somewhere. No, it's supposed to reset. I guess it's just redstone being a dick. So anyways, how does it work? Each single one of these buttons has this little structure to it. These are stacked on top of each other on the same order as the buttons are stacked on each other. These line of redstone here convey their power of the button to these, so you don't really have to press the button there, because honestly, at the very beginning of the thing, it had a button there. But this is not very practical, so I went and do a bus line. Bus line means data transfer line that takes the press on this button and bring it here. This basically, what does it do? It does two things. It allows the button to be pressed and store the input like that. As you can see now, this is turned off and this stays like that. It also allows the button to revert back to its original position once the button is pressed again. Just like that. How does it do that? This little Y shape here is hooked to two OR gates. NOR gates. or gates. I don't even know. Don't know the name of those things. I know they work and I play with them a lot, but I don't really remember the terminology of those. These two gates are hooked up to an inverter, which means when one is off, the other one is on. And basically what they do is that once the power reach, this goes to those two gates, because this gate right here is off. This one turns off as well. This allows this one to be turned on, input power there, and swap the memory. Let's do it. Here you go. Now that this is on, now this memory is turned on, but this one, because this one's on, this one is off because it's a memory cell. Now when this one's pressed again, because now the power is off, this one is now off. The power goes here. This turns on. Reset the memory back to whatever. Let's do it. And now the memory's back. As for the rest of the redstone, it's actually a very simple concept. This goes to those lines which indicate the indicator on those redstone torches you saw there. So you can actually know if whenever one is on and off. And the rest of the line acts here. Here, this is a collection line. This basically is where the code has been deciphered by the machine. If any one of these torches is on, the thing sends a signal here, which goes down here, straight to this gate. And this gate, basically what it does is that if this line of power here is on, this turns off, so this means this is off and this is on. So when you press the button, only one of them is going to turn off, which means that the door will not open. So basically, from that point of view, if you look at that, and you'll see that all of these torches here, some of them are on, some of them are off. The ones that are on are in the incorrect position, because the only way to open the door is that if every single one of these torches are off. So let's go in and put the code, and hopefully the machine won't burn on me, because it has a bad tendency of doing so. Let's just turn these off, because these are in the wrong position. The middle green here needs to be turned off. One red, this one is okay. The yellow one needs to be turned off as well. The red's one, or like that. I'm just gonna verify if the yellow one's responding, because if it's not responding, it could be just the boss burned out. It is responding. I guess it's just the reset line not working for some reason. So now we are going to open the door like usual, and it should work. Yeah, like that. Now, why did it work? It worked because every single one of these torches, every single one of these torches are now off, because everything is in the right position, which means that this line is turned off, and which means that this little inverter here is not touched, which means that this one is off. When you press the button here, those two will turn off now, and voila. Now, if I press any single one of these, it's gonna turn one of these on, because they're not in the right position, which means that unless I have the exact amount of the exact amount of torches that need to be pressed down, it's gonna have this thing powered, and as long as this thing is powered, the door will not open. When you press the reset line, it pushes everything back. Well, it should, but it doesn't work because redstone's being a bitch right now. When you press the reset line, this little line of redstone here, this line of torch, pushes on this little part of the thing, bringing this one up, turning this one off, turning this one back on, which means the thing is resetted. But like I said, for some reason it just doesn't work all the time. I need to really make a more stable reset line, but the thing is, this is pretty much the most stable reset line I managed to get. The thing with this line is it's a very simple thing to do. The only way to, if you want to reset the thing, it's as simple as putting a button here and just pressing, because now it's reset. It's reset. I mean, let's see an example of that. What I mean is, now this is not in the neutral position. If I press here, I need to put redstone there, dumbass. If you press it here, see, it's resetted now. Its reset line is very simple. It's just that mine seems to be very, 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 very unreliable, which is the only bad thing about this design. But that's pretty much it. It's a lock. It's overly complex for no reason, but hey, it's redstone. The more complex, the more fun it is, right? But as you can see around, I have plenty more projects that I could probably show you guys, so tell me if you would like to see more. I am a big fan of redstone, and like I said, I don't really do Minecraft Let's Plays because I think it's been overly done by pretty much everybody else, but I love doing redstone. It's something I really, really enjoy. So, was Hailtothebreak here? sign off. See you guys.